so fly. Can't lie. You can tell by the shoes and down south blues. A smooth cat like me got nothing to lose, cause I'm an outlaw. Hey, listen, this town ain't big enough for the two of us. Come on. Now if they want that heat, just come through and eat. I got a hot and ready place to knock you off your feet, just like a southpaw. But you caught me off guard with the way you stick and move. I saw you walking in and started straight rock the room with that activity. You got a bright future behind you, baby, I see. Lord have mercy. And then I walked up to you all clean and smooth. I said, will you be my symphony? Beverly, Beverly, Beverly. Oh, Beverly, Beverly. You got that something I wanna try. Oh, Beverly, Beverly, Beverly. Oh, Beverly, Beverly. I'm head over heels and I can't lie.
안녕하십니다. 전층 금연 건물 인정 참고 부탁드리고요. 객실 난방 오후 10시 이후 부탁하동 가능한 점 참고 부탁드리겠습니다. 저희 일회용품 프론트에서 1,000원에 구매 가능하신데 혹시 도와드릴까요?
아니요, 괜찮아요.
네, 10층으로 안내 도와드리겠습니다. 안쪽 엘리베이터 이용해 주시면 되세요.
네, 감사합니다. 신발장. 냉장고는 뭐가 있지? 그래도 물이 있다. 이거 나쁘지 않은데 이 정도면? 잠실. 꽤 넓은데? 우와. 우와. 나쁘지 않네. 좋다. 이야. 방이 남은 게 없어가지고 이렇게. 층수는 16층인데 어제보다는 별로인 것 같아요. 이렇게.
I've been sailing for many years, tried to find you and face my fears. Yes, I've been dreaming far away for that sunrise by the bay, but by the sea I'm alright. By the sea I'm alright. By the sea I'm alive. I've been wondering where'd you go? Tried to find you on the road. I crossed the waters and left my home. I looked all over for my love, but by the sea I'm alright. By the sea I'm alright. By the sea I'm alive.
세상 어디에서도 숨쉴 수 없는 나 위해
soul's just like a stone, vulnerable at night. She's always been on her own, doesn't need a man to fight. There goes my lady with her plans. We break all the rules when we can. I'm part-time singing in a band. Ooh, she's washing dishes right now. Soon we'll be in Neverland. Yeah, she shines all the time like a star on the mic. Don't think that anybody in this town could bring her down, yeah. She calls me baby, ain't that shit crazy? And I feel like I'm on cloud nine. You never let me down. When I'm lying in your arms, you make the world slow down. Every problem you could solve is superhero. Wow, you make me so damn proud to be the one you wanna come home to over and over again. I know the moment it started, you were the one that I wanted. Can't fight something that comes so easy. Oh, don't think I would survive if you ever stop doing the thing that you do. Oh, I can't help myself. I love the way you love me. Never thought a love like this could be. How you made me oh so happy. When you love the way you love me. Thought I had it all, but now I see. Without you, it's only half of me. Baby, I love the way you la 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 la.
국물에 간은 다 되어 있습니다. 이건 김치 접시입니다. 네. 드세요.
감사합니다.